Can you see the screen? Hello. Can you see the screen? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, like as we were going forward, we all are rational people. Okay, we are from middle class background. Like almost all, we see Indians to be like maximum people are like below like they are from the lower middle class. Some people have come to the upper middle class category, but upper middle class is middle class. They have the same kind of mindset. They always want products of best quality at reasonable prices. That is what is our demand, and companies have to make their strategies accordingly. See, what can be sold is what is demanded. Okay, what people demand should be like, if you don't deliver that, then people won't buy. If someone can do that with the given resources and efforts what they put, then definitely they can become market leader, and those strategies are followed closely by all the competitors in a particular market. So we see Indians like Maruti Suzuki. Why I take always this example is, they are the ones, ambassador cars were sold in India, were very costly those days, and bigger cars. So what Japanese people did is they introduced Maruti 800 car in India. With that, what they have done is they bought a cheaper car, more compact, more efficient, more what I cannot say that it was very strong built car, but like, except that particular thing, all the things were in favor of Maruti. So giving, it was sold at low cost, and it was different from what was sold in India. Okay, that time, such small car, no one even believed that these kind of cars can come. Hard to believe around the world even. So superior efficiency can be increased by what? So there are some things. Managers can build resources and capabilities that will enhance the company's distinctive competencies by means of their choices with regard to functional level strategies. So if they can make their functionality more superior, that will be more better for the like customers, isn't it so? That will be more better for the customers, isn't it so? So taking advantage of economies of scale, I always say, what is economies of scale? You can achieve economies of scale by having a better technology. I can say best technology actually, whatever can be used, highly experienced management, skilled labors, and whatever you are doing in your company, you should do world class one, that one, like more efficient one, so that you can get a superior efficiency. Then you should have flexible manufacturing technologies, reducing customer loss rates, like customers should benefit from your product. Okay, and having just-in-time inventory systems, that means not storing your inventory for long time by going for bulk purchases unnecessarily when not required, purchasing when it is required in adequate quantities so that you can cater to the market demands. That's just-in-time approach. In inventory management, you will be learning about this. Designing new products that are easy to manufacture, training the employees, utilizing self-management managing teams, linking pay to performance. Of course, very important point. Performance related pay is an important factor. If you pay a higher exuberant amount to the managers and they don't deliver, then again what happens? Your cost to benefit, when you go for cost to benefit comparison, you are spending more, you're getting less benefits. That is not what you would like to have, isn't it so? You want what the cost you're incurring, you should get more benefit than what you're incurring. So if I'm paying $1 million as a package to my manager and he's not giving me $1 billion revenue, then what's the use? Okay, so performance related pay is what, if you don't perform, you won't get a higher pay. If you perform more, if you perform better, you get more. If you perform less, you get less. That kind of pay is what is good actually. So that cost benefit analysis can be done, and then we can have a satisfactory we can have a satisfaction, like, yeah, what we are spending, we've got the output for that. Making use of technology such as web based, yeah, to make the communication more simpler and more swift and faster. Building a commitment to efficiency throughout the organization, yeah, and like all should be committed, not only it should come from the top level management. and then designing facilities that will foster or improve cooperation among or make strong cooperation among, so foster means like foster ties they say, so foster is strong cooperation among the various functions in order to improve efficiency. Then looking for superior quality, reliability, yeah, and excellence. So whatever the products you make should be very much of high quality. So total quality management is what is required. Like in companies, production companies, this is a department called TQM department. There's a MBA course. What MBA you do. TQM is also one of the subjects whereby you learn how to see the quality, how to measure the quality of a product through TQM, total quality management. And then Six Sigma is also one of the methodologies. So Six Sigma approach. So improvement of reliability can be accomplished through the use of Six Sigma. Six Sigma is an approach to qualify that strives to virtually eliminate defects. Yes, so this is one of the approaches with which we try to eliminate the defects. To achieve Six Sigma, a process must produce no more than 3.5, 3.4 defects per million opportunities. So if you get 1 million opportunities, there should not be more than 3.4 defects. So that means if a product has 10,000 parts, components, and designs, so if there's a 3.4 defects per million, then I would say 34 products out of every 1,000 that would have some defect. So not more than that. That means if you're making 1,000 pieces of something, 34 pieces can be defective, not a issue, because that will happen, you cannot stop that, but not more than that. That is what you are trying to restrict the defects to 34. Okay, that's what. So then TQM also have discussed. Improvement of excellence involves improving not only the product's attributes or qualities, but also the service attributes and personal attributes. Yeah, service, it's not only the product with which you deal, you also deal with the services after that, and also personally how you, whoever are dealing with all this, personal, this is personal, that means the employees or the managers who look after this, okay, they should be properly trained for all these kind of activities. And although the product may have several different attributes that differentiate it, the company cannot cover all of them in its communication messages. To do so would lead to an unfocused message. Therefore, the company's management needs to decide which of these attributes, like they should emphasize on attributes, not all the attributes, what is important for them and relevant for them, they should emphasize more on that. And if they find any defects, they should try to rectify and try to upgrade the product every year. Okay, that's what I am speaking about, superior innovation. Like every year you should put some part of your money, or you should create a budget. In that you should allocate some part of the budget, like 10 to 20% on R&D, research and development. Why? Because you cannot ask people to buy a product which you are giving to them, which is an outdated one and which hasn't got any kind of improvement since a long time. So like the phones market, you can see, if Samsung is compelling the people to buy some phone what they are giving since one year, and if they again want the people to buy the same kind of phone next year without any modification, they will be out of the market. Why? Because other competitors may bring five to ten competitors, whatever they have in the market, especially Chinese ones. They may bring 4 or 5 extra features in their phones, okay, to whatever the features they were giving in the past, and they like kind of give more features and more facilities, which would compel the people to like buy the other products rather than Samsung. So that should not happen. Innovation is what you should do, and research and development, you should spend a lot of amount on that. Then superior responsiveness. So you always should be on your toes towards your customers. Never make them to suffer of anything because of your like inefficiency or because of your inability to respond to your customers. You should first fix that. Okay, that is called superior responsiveness to customers. Business level strategy. Business level strategy relates to business position in the market. So there are many factors which also have an impact on the products, business position in the market. So successful selection and pursuit of business model permits a company to compete effectively. Business level strategies that create competitive advantage contribute to a successful business model. Decisions about customers. So you should first see what customers want and what are their needs to be satisfied. Then some differentiation to your product which makes it unique when compared to other products. If you can do that with help of more innovation, more proper quality, and like looking what is the taste and preference of consumer and bringing those things in the product can give you a edge like when compared to your competitors. And even when your product is a lower priced product is again a very big advantage to customers and as well as to you, even because now you can capture the market, a bigger chunk of market. And there's always a relationship between differentiating products and achieving cost leadership. If you give unique products, you can sell at a higher price also, because that no one can offer what you are offering. That's what. Now Tata is selling electric vehicles in the market. Maybe it is priced on a higher side, but if 10 more players come in the market with their own electric vehicles, what do you think? Electric cars price would reduce or not? It will definitely reduce. Why? Because the competition would be so intense that every company would be seeing for such innovative technology or such technologies that would give the more and more range with one charge to their customers. And the metal, the whatever they use to make those cars again can be such product whereby which they can get for very least cost. Okay. That's Now, decisions about what product should be offered and to which customer groups they should be offered. Yeah, then you can select the Nikkei, the market, the segment which you want to target, or you are confident to target which segment of the market your product, because you make your product targeting some particular segment. If I say Cadbury, so Cadbury, I don't think they have targeted any segment, because children, adults, old age people even consume Cadbury chocolates. So there are some particular products which are oriented ones, which are like which target a particular customer base. There are some which do not. So like, but like Johnson's and Johnson's, as I said, is like they are much more targeting the the children. Okay. Decisions about how customer needs are to be satisfied using company's distinctive competencies. So customer needs are to be satisfied, of course, and with distinctive competencies. That means you should have a more edge. Your product should have a edge over your competitors' products. So your product should have better efficiency, quality, innovation, and responsive. Your response to customers should be very swift. Then you definitely have a edge or competitive advantage over your competitors. Okay. So in order to achieve profitability, that is a see. You cannot get profits like that. You have to fight with the competitors, and you should be a leader in the market. Profitable. Every company is earning profit, but it's not only the profitability what you look forward. You also look forward for market share and expansion. Okay. So that's what you want. So in order to achieve profitability that is greater than the average in its industry, so if you want profitability more than industry average, that is various firms are performing, all these firms average performance, if whatever it is, you want to have an edge or higher performance than this, company must formulate and implement a business model that will give it specific competitive position in relation to its competition. Four generic competitive strategies can give a company edge over their competitors. First is cost leadership. Whatever you make should be of such a cost that no one can match it in the market. And it is not that to give customers a product at cheaper cost you are compromising with any kind of quality. No, The quality should be intact, the technology should be the best, but what kind of permutations and combinations you put so that you can deliver that product, whatever you are giving to your customers, which would be way better than your competitors and at least cost is what you should see for. Focused cost leadership or competing with narrow market segment. That means a particular niche. You are selecting a particular market and which can be smaller one, of course. If I say only one sector you are choosing, okay, let's say there's an example. An example of a focused cost leader might be a local brickyard where bricks are manufactured on site and delivered directly to local construction sites. Company might very well have a cost advantage over a brick manufacturer marketing nationally because the national brick manufacturer could have very high transport cost, transport to its like very high cost to transport its brick to distributors for further sale and delivery to construction sites. So you see much of the now what the construction, what these guys are doing is these days, builders, you see, whenever you go to an apartment site whereby the building, the construction is happening, they themselves are manufacturing bricks there. They have mobile brick manufacturing machines with which they make cemented bricks on site itself so that all the transportation cost is saved. That's all. Then differentiation, having unique things in your product which others can't give. So that is a very important factor which would make you more different from your competitors, because that can drive the people to buy your products, and you can also charge accordingly because you are giving something unique to your customers, and they would be ready to pay a bit of a higher price even uh, for like a unique product what you're offering to your customers. Focused differentiation. Just a second, just a
Sir,
second.
excuse me, sir.
Yes.
This cost leadership can made by the cost accountant or a board of directors.
Sorry.
The cost leadership, you told me that, sir. The
Cost
cost,
leadership is your cost should be lesser than others.
yeah.
It's not cost accountant related to cost accountant.
Okay. Who can do this, that
Cost
analysis?
accountant, of course. Cost accountant
Okay.
can do the costing and all, and he can he can see what happens is how you get a cost leadership. So all that is a very lengthy process, but here what we are speaking is about the concluding point, not about the background of ascertaining the cost of a product. We are not dealing with ascertainment. We are dealing with the cost what the company should offer should be the least one when compared to others. So in that, what they can do is they can see how efficiently they are producing, how how much, like how they can save cost in their production process, how they can save cost in buying raw material. All those factors are there. We learn that in costing in details, but here we are only speaking about the products cost, which should be less, which can make a company to sell their products, create a demand for their products highly in the market. Why? Because they have cost leadership. Isn't it so? Did you understand me? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what, like cutting unnecessary cost, like wherever they are incurring higher cost, unnecessary cost, they should curb them. So cost leadership, when you get the cost leadership, when your cost is least when compared to other products cost in the market, that's what it means. Then comes the focused differentiation, or a business model that specializes in serving the needs of just one or two market segments or niches. That is, I'm speaking about Johnson's and Johnson. Johnson's and Johnson's is giving like a product which is unique when compared to its competitors. Plus, it is the best in the market. So a company that starts out as a focused differentiator may grow to become the leading differentiator in its industry, however, through expansion. So if your product is unique, like you can see, the focused differentiator positions itself to compete with the primary differentiator in the market, but in only one or two ways. So see what happens. There are two companies. One is Tata, and one is Johnson's. So Johnson's only makes baby products. Tata makes all the products. Apart from other products, they make baby products also. But Johnson's may have an edge over Tata. Why? Because they are only focused. They are focused ones, isn't it so? So that is making them the market leader. That's what. But both have different policies. These are focused. These are not focused. They want more and more products to be sold from their company. They are conglomerate. What do you mean by conglomerate? Conglomerate is different companies. Tata is a conglomerate. Why? Because they make everything from salt to aeroplane. Okay. But Johnson's and Johnson's only make baby products. So like they have a focused they focus on one product and they have a focused differentiation. That's what unique things in baby products is what they're offering. Then I said already about the corporate level strategy. It's not the one which is restricting itself to only one aspect. I have explained you 5 to 6 things right now. Corporate level strategy is not a strategy which is restricted to one or two things. It is like it should be seen in a broader sense, whereby you try to improve the performance of company in all the areas, not in just one or two areas. Okay. Then managers use corporate level strategy to determine which industries the company should enter to maximize its long run profitability. Under that they do. It's not that corporate level strategy is only the one which is focusing on this particular activity. Out of many other activities, this is one of the activities on which the corporate level strategy focuses, that is maximizing the long run profitability. Now horizontal integration. So, like, what is this horizontal integration? Can you just give me a second? Just a second. 2 minutes. So now here we are discussing about horizontal integration, vertical integration. So horizontal integration is a corporate level strategy that involves acquiring or merging with competitors to achieve competitive advantage such as economies of scale. So you want to acquire or merge with your competitors to achieve economies of scale. That is better, uh, like uh, like bringing more efficiency and uh, like bringing everything to your product, like cost leadership, efficiency, superior quality, superior innovation with economies of scale. So mergers and acquisitions can occur between companies in different countries. Of course, horizontal integration can increase profitability if the integration lowers the cost structure of the resulting company. Yes, increases product differentiation, replicates a company's successful business model in new market segments. So see, I can say Hero Cycles was operating in India, and they had a very big network, dealer network in India. What happened is Honda wanted to enter into Indian market, but Honda couldn't enter directly in Indian market. Why? Because permission was not granted to them. The condition was, if you want to enter into our market, you have to first merge or should have a collaboration with any of the Indian companies. Both the companies should have a joint venture, and then you can operate your business. So they collaborated with Hero Cycles. So Hero was making body parts of the bike. Apart from cycle business, now they are making parts for the motorcycle also. And the engine was given by Honda. Honda, which wanted to sell motorcycle in India, cannot sell directly. So engine is what is their strength, body is what, and the local advantage is what is Hero strength. They merged and became Hero Honda. So what happened? Honda got a market in India also. Okay, and reduces rival in industry and increases the company's bargaining power with suppliers and customers. However, horizontal integration has problems. There is significant evidence that most horizontal mergers and acquisitions do not create value for shareholders, but in fact actually destroy it. In majority of the cases, the resulting company is not more profitable, but Hero Honda was very profitable. Exceptional cases may be there, and some of the reasons for decreased profitability are problems associated. Yeah, different working cultures is the problem. Okay. Vertical integration is nothing but used to strengthen a company's business model and improve its competitive position for many of the same reasons that horizontal integration is used. In vertical integration, a company expands its operations either into an industry producing inputs to companies' operations or forward into an industry that uses companies' products. I will say, suppose you are investing more into such companies or trying to merge with such companies which sell products which would be useful for your own product. For example, cars. Uh, Maruti Suzuki wants to buy some car accessories companies or merge with car accessory companies. Right? They don't make accessories. They only make the chassis and engines and everything. But the what the like other accessories is what other companies make. So they merge and then they get cost. They can like have a good deal, isn't it? So that we outright like you can manufacture for us in bulk and they can negotiate on cost and everything, and that would be more beneficiary for Maruti Suzuki, isn't it? So and Maruti is upgrading its products every 3 or 4 years. They can ask the accessories companies also to like with whom they merge. They can better explain about their requirements. Okay. Strategic alliances are alternative to vertical integration. Strategic alliances are long-term cooperative relationship between two or more companies to work together to develop a new product that will benefit all parties to the strategic alliance. So generally companies agree that one will supply the other. Google and Samsung have a strategic alliance. According to me, it's a long-term relationship. Samsung makes the hardware of the phone and Google makes the software. Strategic outsourcing, that means if you don't want to do some activities in your country because of the high cost, what you do, you kind of collaborate with other company in another country where the labor is cheap and has the same kind of skills but they are ready to work at lesser cost. You can definitely outsource your activities. Like Genpact in India, they take a lot of tasks from the US based companies, and those tasks are outsourced to Genpact and they get it done. Okay. Then diversification. Diversification is nothing but not only restricting yourself to only one kind of business, but you also can go into another businesses so that if one doesn't work, another works for you. Okay. On an average, you are profitable. So one shop, you have two shops, one shop in area one shop in area two. If this shop is in losses, this in profits, then definitely you have a good advantage. Why? Because if at all there is a loss from this, suppose this is a loss making unit and this is a profit making unit, 1 lakh. So on an average, if I 0 plus 1 lakh divided by 2, this is 50, this is 50. So you can see both are profitable. So I'm seeing from where we started. 4. What's the time? Because I'm also getting late. Okay, we'll do pestle also. Developing an input. Okay, we'll do this one. Yeah. Then we can go for test analysis. This speaker is. Yeah, that's a different topic. We can do it in the next session. So developing and implementing the chosen strategy. So this is the 5th of the 5 steps in strategic planning process. See, it is not only formulating of strategies is a final task. You make a number of strategies, but if you don't implement it, then how would you see that what kind of results, what you desire, like from those strategies you would get. So it is, if you want desired results from your strategies, what you formulated, you need to implement them. So once a set of strategy has been chosen to achieve competitive advantage and increase performance, the strategies must be translated into action. Translating strategy into action is strategy implementation or taking actions necessary to execute the strategic plan. So strategy implementation takes place in context of organizational design. Yes, it depends like what strategy you are making and implementing. So there are many kind of organizations like centralized organization, decentralized organization. So strategies flow differently in different organization. In centralized one, it's like it the central force of the company, that is the chairman or the director, they make the strategies and they directly implement it, like in small scale industries. But in big companies, whereby I'm speaking about MNCs or decentralized management, where they have the strategies are made by the top level management, then comes the executives like board of directors make, then CEO, CFO, they kind of brief it to the managers, assistant managers, deputy managers, general managers, and they implement it on the company, and others have to follow that. So it flows. There's a different flow in both the types of organization because of the design. So organizational design involves determining how a company should create, combine, and use three elements to pursue its business model successfully. So any kind of any company, if they want to run their business model successfully, they should have a knowledge of the structure what they have, the control systems what they have, and the culture with which they work. Organizational structure can be anything, uh, like uh, this particular structure specifies who should do what and how it should be done. So what tasks they should do, who should do that, what way it can be done, and how the various groups and people can work together to increase the efficiency, quality, innovation, and responsiveness to customers. That's what they should look for. Okay, so they should make their structure in such a way that they can achieve all this. Then control systems. Better plan leads to better control. Better planning leads to organized work. Organized work can always have better control. System, like you can control things better if the work is organized. So all this can be achieved with a better control system. And then organizational culture. A culture is what it matters. Like in what way you've been working since long time. What are your values, beliefs, norms, attitudes? If all are just with one motive you're working, that will do best for our customers, then definitely you will make it happen, because the culture is of that kind in your organization. Okay. If any kind of changes are required in an organization, if the changes are demanded, then restructuring should happen. So with this we finish this chapter. Tomorrow I'll start with test analysis, whereby we'll be learning about BCG matrix, and then we'll be entering in simultaneously. Tomorrow only we'll enter into budgeting concepts. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.